Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to be trying out a new camera here. I got this thing on eBay. It was pretty cheap, like 25 bucks. So we'll see how well it works. I can already see this button here. It's kind of rattly, so we'll see how that works with the motor vibrations and whatnot. But yeah, I got it set up. That's everything that came in the kit, minus the pliers. So I'm gonna go throw this on, and we'll go for a bike ride. Alright, here's a better shot for you. You can see it came with this little adjustable stand. It came with a waterproof case as well. It's got a little 2-inch screen on the back. I did not trust the adhesive whatsoever, so I super glued it on. So hopefully that means we don't lose the camera on the first run. But hopefully this will give you guys a better viewing angle and I'll be able to ride without dying. Alright, well, we're off to a great start. Despite charging this overnight, it won't turn on without plugging in. So yeah, it also says this is 60 frames per second, but yeah, that's looking more like 15. I don't know about this. We'll see how well it works. Also, it was supposed to have a 170-degree wide angle, and this looks like the same type of lens that's in my cell phone. This doesn't look wide angle at all. So, yeah. Well, let's give it a shot. Alright, so the second I unplugged it, it would die, so I have a stronger cell phone charger on it now. And it has a little red indicator light. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. Probably not. Anyway, there's a little red light on by the plug, which would indicate that it's probably charging, even though it's turned off. I don't know, sometimes these cheap things don't charge if they're off. I kind of have a feeling this is the same kind of battery that you'd get in a dash cam. In fact, the whole camera is probably just a dash cam, and my guess is it lasts like 30 seconds on a full charge, and it's meant to be plugged in all the time. So, if that's the case, I am going to have to get a battery pack or tether this to my phone in some way. Anyway, for now, it's charging. Come back in like an hour, see if it changes. Alright, we've brought back the battery backpack, and I now have a homemade adapter to USB here. Surprisingly enough, that piece was donated from a dash cam. So yeah, let's go ahead and oh god, and try this shitty camera out. Alright guys, welcome back. It's a few days later. So as you saw, we didn't actually get any bike footage, and that is because that camera is absolute trash, and I just could not do that to you guys and show you or make a real video about that. Here, I'll flip on the screen recorder here, and I'll show you what we actually had going on. So if you look here, let's see if this is recording. All right, recording 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so if you look here, these are the files that the camera created. You'll see that these aren't MOV, these aren't MP4. This is old school AVI. And if I just open up the properties here and get details, you can see right here, this is 640 by 480, and I don't even think it's progressive scan. It's interlaced. It's just absolute trash. It was a total scam. The camera was advertised as 1080p at 60 frames per second, and it is 480i at 30 frames per second, and doesn't even have stereo audio. It's mono. It's a low sample rate. It's just all trash. I'll also open up this video. It's not the right aspect ratio or anything. And if you can see, yeah, it's just absolute junk. There's purple on the edges of the pixels. Here, I'll try to zoom forward a bit. We get to the sync here. Yeah, it was bleeding. The pixels are bleeding on the edges here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's all white and and then washed out and then blue and purple on the edges. Anyway, that's enough of that. That video is just absolutely disgusting. Maybe I'll throw in a little bit of like the actual edited video here, not on a screen capture. I think we're set to go. Now hopefully I don't get tangled up in cord. Oh, by the way, this definitely was a dash cam. It had motion detection built in, and also it had a time for video cycling. So yeah, the settings were definitely software for a dash cam. Alright, but yeah, as you can see, not worth showing at all. If we go over to the the camera here, this is what they advertise it as. So if you were to type in GoPro into eBay, like this was a promoted item where it would pop up on the first top of the list. As you can see, they say wide angle 1080p, and it's pretty cheap. It says $28.95. I paid a little bit less than that. But interestingly enough, the seller, after I left them negative feedback, contacted me, and after I told them what a scam it was, how the battery didn't last at all, and how it wasn't HD, and it wasn't even a wide angle lens, it appears as though they removed that item. So you can see it says I bought it, but it's no longer active. But this is basically it. It is just a total lie, and just total junk. It says 900 milliamp hour battery, not even close. And it says that video resolution is 1080 by 1920, and that's also not even close. It's just absolute trash all the way around. And even says it's a GoPro HERO. So, I mean, I expected this to be kind of junky, but I didn't expect it to be just straight up lies. Yeah, and these specs are like not even close to accurate to what it is. Yeah. So here it says 30 FPS, so they updated it to 30 FPS instead of 60, but then yeah, the resolution's still super low, and it's not even good standard def. Like, I had a point and shoot in 2007 that took better AVI standard def video. But this seller, reasonably honest, and they gave me my money back after I returned the item, and they removed the product, at least temporarily, from their page. But there's still a ton of other sellers that are selling this crap. Here's the exact same camera from this seller on eBay. Roughly the same price. It's in that $20 to $30 range with free shipping, and they say it's 1080p, and it comes with all of these accessories and different colors. And yeah, and you get it, and it's just this rattly, lightweight, shitty camera that, like, this format was abandoned 20 years ago. It's just absolute trash. Yet it was, if you go to the timestamp on the camera, the end of 2020 was when it was probably manufactured, which is just disgusting to think that people are actually even building this. They're just filling the landfills with this junk. And here's another one. You can see this one, they have a little bit lower feedback rating, and then they have fewer amount of sales. Basically, every time they get enough negative feedback to be below like 91 or 2%, they'll just go ahead and get rid of that account and create a new one. So I just wanted to warn you guys about that. Obviously, like everybody knows, you get what you pay for to an extent, but I just felt like I had to make a video about it and explain why, because one, I wasn't able to make my actual video this week because of that, and then we had bad weather afterwards, so I couldn't record anything else on my phone. And then two is just, aside from my personal inconvenience, I don't want anyone else to, make the same mistake and stumble across this total scam. So anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, you can subscribe if you want to see some motorized bike content. There will be more of that in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.